As the new year approaches, it's a time to reflect on the past year and look forward to what's ahead. It can be a time of excitement and hope, as we set new goals and resolutions and look forward to what the future holds. One way to start the new year off right is by turning to God and seeking His guidance and direction for the year ahead. Psalm chapter 90 verse 12 says, "Teach us to number our days, that we may gain a heart of wisdom." This verse reminds us that our time on earth is fleeting, and it's important to use it wisely. As we enter the new year, we can ask God to help us make the most of our time and to use it for His glory. Another way to start the new year off right is by focusing on forgiveness and reconciliation. Ephesians chapter 4 verse 32 says, "Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as in Christ God forgave you." As we enter the new year, we can ask God to help us let go of any grudges or bitterness we may be holding onto, and to extend forgiveness to others as God has forgiven us. Finally, the new year is a time to trust in God's plan and to have hope in His faithfulness. Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." As we enter the new year, we can trust that God has a good plan for our lives and have hope in His faithfulness, no matter what challenges or setbacks we may face. As we enter the new year, let's remember to turn to God, seek His guidance and direction, focus on forgiveness and reconciliation, and trust in His plan and faithfulness. To do this, it's important to take time to reflect on our spiritual journey of past years and commit to growing in our relationship with God in the year ahead. Here are a few ideas for how to do this and create spiritual resolutions. Consider where you are in your relationship with God. Take some time to reflect on where you are in your relationship with God. Have you been growing closer to Him, or have you been drifting away? What have been the key factors that have impacted your relationship with God over the past year? Reflect on the role of prayer in your life. Prayer is an important way to connect with God and to seek His guidance and direction. How often do you pray? What do you pray about? Do you find that prayer helps you to feel closer to God and more connected to His will for your life? Consider your spiritual disciplines. Spiritual disciplines are practices that help us grow closer to God and deepen our relationship with Him. Take some time to reflect on the spiritual disciplines you have been practicing, such as Bible reading, prayer, fasting, and worship. Have these disciplines helped you to grow spiritually? What changes could you make to enhance your spiritual growth in the coming year? Reflect on the role of community in your spiritual journey. We were not meant to journey through life alone, and the support and encouragement of other believers is essential for our spiritual growth. Take some time to reflect on the role of community in your spiritual journey. Have you been actively involved in a church or other faith community? Have you had close relationships with other believers who have supported and encouraged you in your faith? As you reflect on your spiritual journey, be sure to take time to thank God for His faithfulness and for the ways He has worked in your life. Ask Him to guide you and give you wisdom as you continue to grow closer to Him in the coming year. May the Lord bless you and guide you throughout the new year ahead. I hope you had a good spiritual workout. If you like this content, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel.